Hello, Cancers. I am here to do a general reading for the sign of Cancer, so anyone with Cancer in their chart could resonate with this message. This is a general reading. It will not resonate with everyone. It may only fit with a few of you, but hopefully there's something here that can help you in your journey forward. All right, let's go ahead and get shuffling. Cancer, for those of you who do not like the shuffling section, please move forward in the video to where the reading begins, and there's usually some kind and helpful person who will put the timestamp in the comment section for those people. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with what's happening now, Cancer, and then we're going to look into what's happening directly next. So what's happening now, and then what energy are you connecting in with, or what kind of wave of energy are you connecting in with in the next immediate time frame, which could be 7 to 10 days, but depending on how fast you're moving, you could be talking about a month. You know, it just kind of depends on the speed in which you're flowing, but we're looking at the next immediate time frame coming in. What's happening now for this group of Cancers? Spirit, what's happening now for this group of Cancers, please? What's happening now, please? What's happening now for this group of Cancer people? What's happening now? Got some flippers, but I need to wait for the... What's happening now for this group of Cancer people? What's happening now? See, I have to ground myself. This is the first reading I'm doing this morning, so I have to kind of ground myself in your energy. And usually when this happens, let's just see here. What's happening now for this group of Cancers, please? What's happening now? There we go. All right, let's see what's here for us. All right, we have the Knight of Wands energy and the Five of Swords. Yeah, the Five of Swords flipped over, didn't come out, but flipped over. And so I had an idea that there was some kind of a conflict here. But you have the Knight of Wands energy, so there's a lot of passion here. This is a King of Swords, not the Five of Swords. There is some kind of a conflict here, but you're moving through it very powerfully, Cancer. This is how I'm feeling about it. All right, let's see what's happening next. Let's see what's happening next for Cancer. Let's see what's happening next. Let's see what's happening next. Yeah. What's happening next for Cancer? What's happening next for Cancer? Whew, boy. What are these energies? These just, like, there's 3 cards that just slammed in. So we have the Four of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. They didn't come out, though, nor did they flip over. They just had a lot of energy. What's happening next for this group of Cancers? All right, please help us with some guidance. Help us with some guidance, please. Help us with some guidance. Help us with some guidance, please. There's that guidance. See, that's, yeah. One more guidance energy, please. One more guidance energy. Okay, it's 4:11. I'm beginning again. A reminder that time is fluid. We're all moving at different speeds. We're all living in different cultures, living in different parts of the world. We're all going through different experiences that have different depths. So we're all going to move a little bit differently here. But we're looking at what's happening currently with you now, Cancer, and we're moving into the upcoming future, the next wave of energy that you'll be connecting in with, which could be in the next 7 to 10 days, or if you're moving a little bit slower, it could be in the next month or so. Depending on how quickly you're moving, time is fluid, it's variable, it's something we really can't predict, but we're asking for a message of the next incoming energy. So let's get started here, Cancer. We have the Knight of Wands energy with the King of Swords. And when I put this energy down, I clearly felt some kind of a conflict here. But what's beautiful about this energy, Cancer, is you have the Knight of Wands energy with the King of Swords. This is moving forward passionately, using this intense burst of energy within you to get through something. King of Swords is here. The King of Swords is a very masculine energy. You could be a female, but this is a masculine energy. King of Swords is one of the strongest air qualities. It's a quality of looking out across the whole event and seeing clearly what's happening. The King of Swords is a judger. The King of Swords discerns. The King of Swords is able to put bits and pieces of the puzzle together to build a whole picture. And this can be done quite quickly, or it could have taken I know I'm contradicting myself here and I laugh when this happens, but it could have taken some time to get all the bits and pieces together, Cancer. But now, like all of a sudden, like it's clear. It's clear. The King of Swords can clearly see. And once you can clearly see, you can make a very good decision. Again, being able to see the event unfolding in a clear fashion helps you move forward intensely through this experience. And I think for many of you, it's some kind of conflict, a block or a conflict. It could be creating something new, but I feel like there's a hump to get through, or a bump to get over, or some type of situation to push yourself through. The King of Swords energy could be a judge. This King of Swords could be anyone who brings equality into a situation. Could be an attorney. Could be a court advocate. Could be a mediator type of energy. Somebody who helps find resolution. Could be a police officer. Someone who helps to bring equality into a situation, right? That's the energy of the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a humanitarian. The King of Swords prefers to look at the big picture of things. King of Swords sometimes has a more difficult time getting into the weeds. That's the Queen of Swords can get into the weeds. Also, the Queen of Pentacles can get into the weeds. But the King of Swords is able to kind of put the puzzles together and come up with clarity around the whole event. Okay, now I realize I'm repeating myself. But again, you're in this energy of passion. The Knight of Wands energy is bursts of energy, and those bursts of energy can really put you through a situation or put you into success. It's like, revving your engines. That's the Knight of Wands energy. It's a beautiful energy for overcoming conflict. It's a beautiful energy for moving into new spaces. We all have the Knight of Wands energy within us. And for this group of Cancer people, you're definitely using a part of yourself that might have been dormant for some time, might not have been used for some time. So something here has pushed you into a new space in your life. You've seen the big picture of what's to happen. You've made a decision now, and you're moving forward passionately into or over or through a situation to bring yourself to a new place in your life. The guidance here in the next time to come is there will be an action choice. Perhaps you've already made the choice. I feel most of the time in my readings that the Two of Swords comes before the Two of Wands. So we have the Two of Wands here. We have the Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. All right, this is your guidance. I feel like the Two of Swords for me usually comes before the Two of Wands. And so the Two of Wands usually is an action decision, how to take action, which path to take, and how to take that path. There are a lot of action decisions for you coming up. I think you could have already been in this energy for a little while. We do have the Five of Pentacles, so you will have a feeling of being a lone wolf or being in a situation by yourself here. This is a journey of individual strength. This is the journey of grit and strength and courage and stepping into an emotional place or a place in your reality where you're feeling alone or you are alone, and you might have some kind of difficulty with finances or fear of difficulty with finances here. But we do have the Ten of Wands. And again, this is a feeling of being alone, maybe feeling alone and feeling financial pressure. not having maybe perhaps all the information you need or all of the resources you need. See, the Pentacles energy here, we have Pentacles, a lack with Pentacles mixed with passion. So, and mixed with action. So you might be moving into a new place in time where you are alone, and you might be feeling like you don't really have all the resources you need right now. This is working through not only feeling tired in your journey. See, can you tell how I slowed down here? Not only feeling tired in your journey, but also stepping into a situation where you could have some kind of financial difficulties. The guidance here is that while you're stepping into a situation where you might have fear or a reality of financial difficulty, you are coming to an end of a time of being alone, an end of a time of being in control of someone else, being controlled by someone else, being used by someone else, being a slave for someone else. And sometimes as we step out of those situations, we do sacrifice. We do step into emotions and realities of lack, not of a lack in our perspective, but an actual a downturn in our financial security or financial security. So for many of you, this could be deciding to open up your own business. Let me put this in real terms now, after I've got into the energy here. For many of you, you could be deciding to leave a relationship. You could have seen the bigger picture and using your the passion that can fuel action. You're moving out into a new space currently, and you could be having to make decisions about where you're going to live, how you're going to do this, what kind of an attorney are you going to get. You could be worried about money. You could be worried about where you're going to live and how you're going to pay for that, and how are you going to pay for all of your expenses. There could be some kind of worry here about that. But the guidance here is that this is the end of a very long period of time where you felt alone, where you felt unheard. And my hand is like on my face, rubbing my face. So that tells me that there has been some insecurities here. There has been some deception here. You could have been used and abused. You could have been really overburdened. You could have been pulling way more than your share of the weight. This could also be a situation, for example, where you're beginning to start your own business and you're stepping out now on your own with this Knight of Wands passion action energy. You could be an attorney who is leaving a law firm and moving to establish your own practice. This could be someone who is leaving some kind of corporation, moving on and stepping into a new world of independence and realizing there could be a change in your income over the next period of time. You know, this could be almost any kind of a situation where you're leaving a situation and we are not really seeing what that situation is. That's because we're not looking at the past here. We're just looking at what the current energy is. But whatever that situation of the past is, you've seen it clearly now. You've seen the issue clearly and you're passionately moving forward. All right. So let's look at what's to come in the future. We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Judgment energy, the Ten of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the High Priestess. So what I really like about this energy is the Eight of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. I think you're going to, let me pull a few more cards here. That was strong, yeah. Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Wands. Why is the Three of Swords here? In the extended reading, we will dig much deeper into these energies, and we're going to look out into the future, farther out into the future. But for right now, let's look at this next wave. Empress energy. I feel like there's one more energy, and there's still the cards buzz when there's six. Yeah, all right. See, we have two sixes here. All right, so what we have here in the future, sorry, these energies are big. So what we have here in the future is the Eight of Pentacles, the Judgment energy, the Ten of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the High Priestess. All right. To clarify the Judgment energy with the Ten of Pentacles, these energies I feel are clumped. To clarify these two energies, we have the Wheel of Fortune with the Six of Wands. And to clarify the Three of Swords, we have the Empress with the Six of Swords. All right, so let me go ahead and get into this. So what's happening in the future? For one thing, you're staying in your own lane. I love to see the Eight of Pentacles energy. This is learning. This is focusing on your future. This is focusing on where you are in this point in time. This is really buckling down, not getting caught up in anyone else's drama, not getting caught up in what anyone else thinks of what you're doing. That's another thing about the Eight of Pentacles, right? You're not getting caught up in what anyone else thinks about what you're doing. You're staying on track. You're understanding now this is the time to focus. You're moving into a complete change with your stability, with your wealth, with your home, with your legacy. There is a change. There has been some kind of a conflict here with something, because usually with the Judgment energy, it's a result of some kind of change. It's a result of some type of behavior or some type of situation that has come to a close, and now there's a change that has, like a cause effect. It's the effect of whatever the cause is. And so for me, there is going to be a complete change in how you feel about your safety and your comfort. This can go either way. You could see this energy as a complete change in your stability of your income, a complete change in the stability of your safety and security within your home. But there is a change here that has to do with who you are, what your name is, what your person is, what you own, and how you feel about your legacy and about your home. When I clarified, we have the Wheel of Fortune with the Six of Wands. So there is, again, some new movement here. I don't feel necessarily that this is about a huge windfall. Sometimes with the Wheel of Fortune, I can kind of feel like there's a windfall or some kind of financial luck. It could be for some of you, but I think the Wheel of Fortune here is just new momentum now in this next. Okay, there's some variable of that word. Next, something next. Something was next. That's kind of a slang, isn't it? Is that a slang term? We do have 3 X's. And I know these are numbers, but like the X's, something was turned off. Something was shut down. Something was stopped. And there's new momentum now in whatever this next phase is. We have the Wheel of Fortune with the Six of Wands. So whatever this is, people are knowing now. People are knowing you're stepping out in your community or in the world in which you live. You're stepping out in a new way. You're taking on something new, or you're saying, here I am. And for whatever you're doing, you're receiving respect from people. You are being seen. You are receiving respect. Whether people say the words or not, the word respect and strength and acknowledgement of the steps you have taken, acknowledgement of those steps by the people around you. All right. And the Six of Wands is it's using this Knight of Wands energy. It's a very passionate energy. It's something that you have to do. It's something that bursts out from within you. It's not something that comes to you as a form of a major gift from the universe. It is a gift, and it does come to you, but it comes to you from within yourself, and it comes bursting out of you. It's like freeing yourself from some type of prison or some type of situation that kept you trapped for a long time. Six of Wands is stepping out. So there's new momentum on whatever this situation is around your home or your money or something very tangible that perhaps at one time you considered to be the ultimate lifestyle, or one time you considered to be very, very safe and secure. Again, though, with the Ten of Pentacles, there is so much possibility here for you in the future. There's so much prosperity for you in the future. And in a way, somehow your eyes have been opened here. Somehow your eyes have been opened with the King of Swords, to whatever the situation is. And there's new movement now. There's new movement. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Wands. It's like creak, creak, creak. The wheel turns, getting strength and getting no momentum. The wheel is over the top of the Judgment energy. So there is new momentum here in your future, and you are coming out into the community in a different way. You're being seen, you're being respected, and you're moving forward in a very passionate way, taking action in this situation, taking action here. However you're going to take action, and we'll dig into that a little bit more in the extended. Moving forward here, we do have the Three of Swords, and the Three of Swords is an energy of anguish and pain and hardship and just having confusion and having swords or thoughts and ideas and the way the mind works. And there has been some type of, it could even be brainwashing. It could be, gaslighting. It could be making you doubt yourself, making you really not understand the value of who you were. Your mind could have been disillusioned or altered by a way of thinking or a certain type of person, or even the pain that you were going through could have altered the mind space, the clarity of thought, and could have created realities within you that were illusions, that were negative illusions that kept you trapped. Again, I'm having this feeling of at once feeling like you could have been trapped, Cancer, in something. We have the Empress energy here with the Six of Swords. So this is finding internal health. This is finding internal balance. This is moving into a very creative energy, being very grounded and balanced, having the practicality and the pragmatism and the willpower to continue to move forward, but stepping forward in a very self-aware, I want to say serving, not self-serving. There's another way of saying it. The serving of the self, serving to the self. It's not an arrogant, conceited energy, but it is a focus on the well-being, the internal well-being and health of the self and how important that is. Then we have clarity of mind, and we have the passion and the ability to take action in our life with the Empress energy. There could be someone here, an older female, an older maternal energy, or an older feminine energy. This person doesn't even necessarily have to be older, but they could have some type of control over you, or they could have some type of maternal role. Could be a mother or an aunt or a supervisor or an employer that you're moving away from, and moving away from that is bringing you a lot of peace. You are moving away into a more peaceful journey with whatever you're doing here. All right, so the Empress could be for two. There's two groups of people here, and it could be the Empress energy for all of you. The gaining internal health, and with internal health comes the ability to express yourself much more creatively. That's how I'm feeling here. There's a very creative, very earthy, creative energy that's being healed, and with that comes new ideas or new ways to move forward. What's going to come next, even after this, I feel, is a much more disciplined kind of walk. The Empress energy comes first, and then the Emperor energy follows. But again, some of you could just be finding this health and healing and balance after a period of time of struggle and anguish and emotional conflict. But also, there is a mental capacity here where you had almost like the Eight of Swords here with the Three of Swords, but you're moving into a much more peaceful place with the Six. The Sixes are harmony. The Sixes are balance. The Sixes are that peace, and that peace that comes before the next level of energy, right? You find a sense of peace. It's almost like the eye of the storm. It's a sense of peace and harmony before you continue moving forward in whatever this is. So I see that in the next period of time, you're going to be really keeping your head down, staying focused on whatever this is. There is some major movement here in the way that you view this situation that you were in, or this new situation that you were in. It's connected to the Ten of Pentacles, which is your safety, your security, your finance, your wealth, the property that you own. There's new momentum here, and also a more peaceful movement ahead. Oh, I see. And this, for some of you, could be major changes coming along in your reality, in your money, but also major changes coming along with your emotional health. So there is a furthering in a peaceful way, away from these major hurdles that you've had. You're moving forward in a much peaceful, harmonious way into a much more peaceful. That word just keeps on. I just hear peaceful. There is somebody here that really values peace. This tells me that some of you have gone through really traumatic periods of time where you have not felt peace, where you have not felt safety. Even though you had the Ten of Pentacles here, there's some kind of ironic energy around the Ten of Pentacles. We do have the High Priestess energy here, it feels like to me like a Pisces energy, a watery energy, but it's a deep knowing. It's a powerful strength of the individual internal connection to source energy, to your faith, to your trust in your spiritual team, into your religious system or your spirituality, whatever you believe in, into Gaia, into Mother Earth, and into the sky, and connecting your energy in through the soles of your feet into the pulse of Mother Earth, and connecting the crown chakra into the energy of source energy. This is the High Priestess energy, is being connected in to the flow of the universe, but also having this internal strength, this internal wisdom now that you're moving forward into a new situation that will bring you new stability, new success, new abundance, and new independence in your future. The High Priestess also can have secrets. The High Priestess can also keep things to herself. Maybe that others are looking, others are asking questions, others are wanting to know. There could be a lot of curiosity in the community around you, and the High Priestess bears no sorry, I have to get these words to come out right. She has no concern for what others want to know. She has no concern about any gossip. She has no concern about any judgments. She has no concern about the curiosity. She is moving forward. She is knowing exactly what to say and all the things she should not say. She knows exactly what those things are. And she's able to really move forward in a way, sometimes when we disclose too much, sometimes when we give too much of our thoughts and our ideas, sometimes we can do that when we're in a weaker place emotionally. This is a very strong, emotionally strong person who knows internally where he or she is going. And there is a very strong ability moving forward to know exactly what to say and all the things that should not be said. Okay, that's coming out. So, Cancer, it looks to me like the next few weeks you're going to be in action, but while you're in action, you are finding peace, and I think this feels really good for you. You're able to really be discerning on what you say and all the things you don't say, and you're keeping your head down and you're staying focused on the task at hand. You're not being distracted with anything. You're not being distracted with anything. You know this is the time for you to move, to make good decisions. This is a time for you to do something by yourself. You could be moving into a period of time of fear about money or about being alone. But again, the guidance here is you are at the end of a very long period of time where you have truly been controlled or have been enslaved or have been carrying the burdens of many others or many of the burdens of someone else. You're reaching a period of time where that is coming to an end. And I think here the Eight of Pentacles is the most important energy. the energy of keeping your head down, focusing on what the task is at hand, and moving through these energies here of insecurity and making decisions, because there is something very peaceful and harmonious. That energy of peace and harmony is the energy that you're going to be moving into. Even though that there's work to be done here, you're going to be feeling much more balanced internally and much more balanced about where you're going in your reality, where you're going, whatever the situation is, where you're going in reality. So there is a more peaceful feeling internally, and you're taking action in your external world, which helps bring you to new levels in this experience, helps get you farther. It helps move you farther in your reality. So I do see movement here, but I don't see anything crazy happening. I see you doing what you need to do. I see you flowing with this energy. I see you continuing in your healing, but coming to a much more peaceful place with your thoughts and how you feel intellectually, how you feel within yourself, as far as feeling much more peaceful about what you're doing. High Priestess energy. Beautiful. So in the extended, we'll look to see how this moves forward into the new year, and how you'll be feeling and what will be happening with this money situation. We'll focus in on some money situation here in the future. Cancer, I hope this has been helpful for you. I wish you all the best. I can see success, and a new peaceful reality is on its way to you, or you're on its way to it, because you're taking action here. And I just wish you all the best, Cancer. I will be back in another 10 days or so, 7 to 10 days, with another update. Sometimes I connect in with the same group several weeks in a row. I don't know what Spirit is going to bring forward, but I'll be back in another 7 to 10 days, and maybe we'll connect back in with this bubble of energy. I can't guarantee it, but it seems to me like this is something that's going to continue going on, just probably into next year. All right, Cancer, thank you very much. It is always a pleasure to read for you, my friends. I wish you all the best. And Happy New Year, my friends. We've waited a long time for this year, and it's going to be a beautiful and improved year for very many of us. Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure.